Hello friends, welcome to our channel Creating Essence. I am Megan. Thank you so much for stopping by today. It's the first week of May, so it's the homestead update. If you are new here, we are a family of 8 living on a 1-acre plot in the suburbs in Central Virginia. We dream of having more, but we are doing everything we can with what we have right here. Woo! So we have a little suburban homestead. First, we're in the apiary. If you remember from this winter, one of our hives absconded and the other one died. The one that absconded was a swarm I caught last year, so they say that once a hive swarms, they typically have a wild hair about them and they can swarm. They tend to swarm more readily than others. So I was out here working, taking apart hives, making sure things were cleaned out. Yeah, the petals really look like snow, don't they? I'm going to pack up these supers and get them put away until we need them. In the meantime, I have these 2 set up as swarm traps facing the woods. I know it's recommended to put swarm traps up high in a tree or something like that, but I don't have proper swarm traps, so I'm doing what I can here. And we'll see if I'm lucky enough to get a swarm, deciding that this is a good home. We went from chilly spring weather to summer, full blast here. So it's in the 90s today. Somebody's fighting her nap, so she's just along for the ride. But we are pretty solidly into summer weather here already, the first week of May. The girls are happy as ever in their chicken tractor. They like the airflow, they like the sunshine, and they like the breeze. They're doing pretty well. We have 16 of them now, and most days we're getting 8 to 10 eggs. We've still got an egg eater in the flock. I haven't figured out who. The earth garden is planted. Been working on it a little at a time over the course of this week. And we've got all sorts of things in. We have zinnia and cabbage against the fence over here. Then we have 3 rows of tomatoes. Once our basil seedlings are big enough, they'll be spread throughout the tomatoes there. Right here we have cucumbers and nasturtium. And all down this row we have peppers and marigolds. Down this row we have peppers and then calendula. Put in sunflowers next to the fence here. Here along the fence, which is shaded most of the day but does get some sun, we put in peas. It's a little late for peas, but this is where it'll get coolest and it has the fence to climb up, so we'll see. And then these rows are each varieties of lettuces, kales, and chards, and I believe there's a row of spinach in there too. Fence is looking pretty rough. This is our 4th year with this fence. We've had neighbors do some damage to it. We've had storms do damage to it, and it's just ready to be replaced. So that's the next big project. It is a 7-foot deer fence on 8-foot wooden posts. The orchard bed is doing amazing. We expanded it this spring. I'll post a video to that linked in the info box below. We've got elderberries. Our apples have set fruit, and actually quite a lot this year, so I'm excited to see what we can get. Lots and lots of elderberries. I actually ended up being able to sell and give away over 100 elderberry babies from this plant and this plant. That was very exciting. We have another apple tree in here that's just kind of being buried, but it is setting fruit. If you can see that in there. We've never had this one set fruit, so we're excited to see if it can produce. And then the peach tree, always covered in fruit. Lots of little peaches that we are looking forward to eating. All of our perennial herbs that are in there are shade-friendly kinds like cilantro we have growing up in there. And we have parsley on the other end and garlic chives throughout. So everything in the orchard bed is growing really well. It is going to need to be pruned back a little when we put in the fence on this side of the garden. The blueberry bed is blowing up with life. Lots of fruit set. The blueberry bushes, not as much on this. I think this is later this year. We've got blossoms and we have loads of fruit set on this one. I'm so excited. We had some frosts the week after our last frost date and I was concerned, but they seem to be none the worse for wear. Tanner, did you get sprayed? Our bulbs and lilacs are doing well. Our small blueberries planted last year, put on some fruit this year. We have herbs coming back. This one is oregano. And this strawberry bed, I was sure it was done, that all the plants had died, but we have a few coming back. So my plan is, when this strawberry bed puts off runners, I can take them off and fill in that bed. This bed is doing well. We've got lots of little strawberries coming on, a couple weeks, and we will be eating lots and lots of strawberries. Very excited about that. This bed is not planted yet. Neither is this one, or this one, or this one, or that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. So I still have some planting to do. These two I am giving to the girls this year, and they also would like a cattle panel trellis arch. So my two oldest daughters are going to each take one, put a sign for what's theirs, plant what they like. They picked out some special seeds from Baker Creek to put in and some seedlings when we went to a greenhouse recently as well. So I'm excited to see them work on their gardens this year. The raspberry bed is doing amazing, and the peppermint down here is blowing up like crazy. It's doing a great job filling in the bottom of the bed. It's ground cover. And you can tell it's not inhibiting new raspberries from coming up because they're coming up right through it, which is really what I had hoped. We have lots of blossoms on the raspberries, so it won't be too long till we have fruit. It's budding season for lilacs, and I don't see any buds on this one, but it sure is growing tall. The wineberries are, of course, going wild, as the wineberries do. One of our next projects is going to be clearing out the end of this, fixing the trellis posts, and putting in some blackberries in this second half of the bed, as well as some lemon balm and other perennial herbs that will fill in the space beneath. And here in Bee Island, we have some bee balm that came up. Unfortunately, we lost our huge aloe that was in there. And it seems like our lemongrass isn't coming back. And I see no sign of our lavender down there coming back, but we'll see. We do have some echinacea coming back in there. And our bulbs at the end of the bed are starting to come up too. And that is it for our growing spaces. I would love to hear how things are growing where you are, where things are in your seasons as far as planting or harvesting or growth. What's keeping you busy lately? This girl is working hard to keep us all busy. We're growing you too, huh? She's grumpy. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. As always, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it if you think anyone might find it useful, and subscribe to hang out for more. We'll see you again soon.